We're diving into Open Great League for today's content with some battles submitted by CostPend. This trainer is already a member on my channel for over a year now, so I really appreciate that assistance to my content. And with that said, we're gonna showcase Shadow Gallade in action by CostPend. So without any further ado now, cue the intro. Let's begin our battles with CostPend alongside his Shadow Gallade. So Gallade up against Shadow Dragonair. This is obviously gonna be a meltdown for us because those Dragon Breaths being neutral are still gonna add up in damage, but we can reach to the Leaf Blade to get the shield and still guarantee either the knockout or the second shield out of existence with a close combat. Down goes our opponent, absolutely wonderful for us, and now Lickitung coming in as a pure punching bag. We're just gonna take whatever they throw with that Gligar after that amazing start that we had up against that Dragonair, and of course now Gligar is still gonna go ahead and throw those moves. Aerial Ace on the punching bag, but to be fair we don't care much. Here comes now Body Slam on that Gligar, and of course one more to destroy down. It all depends now on what they might be having at the very end, and they end up going for the Carbink as their closer. You know what, this is looking fantastically good for us now, because not only we can go here for the Power Whip, but we also got a Lanturn with that shield advantage, so they eventually will back out. Into the next battle now with a Martin up in front. This Pokemon is super troublesome for us, and to our surprise they're gonna use a Water Pulse. Are you kidding me? This move got reworked this season, but still Martin is gonna be much more useful with Aerial Ace and Ice Beam towards your advantage. So anyways, this opponent is still gonna switch out to their Lickitung, which makes a lot of sense now, but not before we reach to a double Body Slam. We're gonna go down. So as it seems here, we can still push a lot with those moves. Lickitung against Lickitung, who is gonna lick each other more, and here comes our Lickitung for that shield, because we have a feeling that we can push for the knockout. Our opponent gets to the Power Whip for no reason at all, so they sacrifice some crucial energy in the process, and we manage to get the knockout. This is absolutely wonderful for us now, because we can get that amazing matchup with Lanturn over Martin, leaving Gallade for the end game. But at the very end they have a Sableye, which is another Pokemon that our Gallade is pretty much afraid of. So Foul Play now is gonna be blocked while we need to get our hands on those baits right now. Surf now for the first shield, and right after we'll try to catch, I guess, on the Gallade, but this is not gonna happen at all. Our opponent knows much better, able to block our Leaf Blade, but still they are gonna sacrifice some energy in the process if they want to finish us off before we reach to another Leaf Blade. And so comes now our Thunderbolt from the Lanturn, and now with that Martin remaining at the very end, of course we're gonna force them to quit this battle and grab another huge victory with a very bad lead towards our advantage. Hakamo now is another dragon type that is gonna give us quite the trouble, especially if we cannot get our hands on those Leaf Blades. As you can see though, we managed to get the shield in the process while protecting at all costs our Gallade for the end game. Now Lickitung is gonna go in as a pure punching bag once again. We're gonna take whatever they throw. No, we're just gonna block the move. Okay, I was not expecting this. So we fall into their trap, and CostPend here will just keep going at it with the Body Slams over that Skarmory. Another Body Slam is imminent, and I guess that we can do some cheap damage along the way, but of course you saw there that CostPend was trying to switch out as soon as that switch timer was up, but our opponent is still gonna be able to farm them before the cooldown is coming back. So here comes now a Brave Bird, I guess. No, just a Sky Attack, we can easily survive this. Able to catch the move, this is really huge on our Gallade. It still depends though on what they might be having at the very end. Hakamo cannot reach to a move, so here comes out of nowhere that Feraligatr, and obviously now this is gonna be an amazing option for us, able to destroy them down with that Thunderbolt. Into the next battle now with Empoleon up in front. So this is not looking that great, but still our opponent is just gonna switch out of here, able to draw out our Lickitung. You know what, seeing that Empoleon coming in as a pure leader always makes me think that at the back they have to use a BB backline, which means that A is Empoleon, BB the double ghost for example, so perhaps we can expect something like a Skeledirge or something like a Sableye. However, this opponent has an Alolan Ninetales with Shadow as well, which is just gonna melt down our Pokemon here, but to be fair, we have farmed up so much energy that it is our time now to throw it towards our opponent. Another Body Slam, triple to be exact, on the Ninetales, got the shield as well, which is absolutely wonderful for us, and now Lanturn can easily tank at least a move while we can guarantee the double close combat on that Empoleon. I believe that we're just gonna see and observe the one shot over here with some amazing content pulled up out of that Shadow Gallade. One for the shield, one for the knockout. For sure, trainers, a whole Antarctica with those penguins is just gonna get destroyed down by that amazing close combat. Skarmory now is another Pokemon that we're pretty much afraid of, not only because for our Gallade, since it can resist pretty much anything we throw, but at the same time our League Tank is gonna have kind of a bad time. Hopefully though here we managed to get the switch to that Annihilate, which is also pretty great news for us, because at some point we might be able to go with the Lanturn over that Skarmory. Night Slash here will not finish off our League Tank, so that gives us the edge to reach to the Power Whip, and of course right after they can farm down, but just before we reach to that Body Slam. That was kind of a bad luck here, but still we can farm down with those Psycho Cats and our Shadow Gallade. Another close combat is imminent on the Skarmory. Let's see now what they might be having at the very end, because our opponent is gonna reach to that Sky Attack and we need to block it for our Gallade to survive towards the end game. So now at the very end they have a Registeel, and that gives me some ideas. Perhaps, I say perhaps, we managed to get to a double move for that end game with our Shadow Gallade, because Lock-on is still gonna do only 1 damage worth, so yeah, we can totally take advantage of that as soon as their switch timer is not back up. So here comes now a move from that Registeel, able to finish us off, so now Gallade can easily farm down. I was not expecting this, and right after we got the close combat for the clutch one shot. But can we do it, trainers? No, we cannot. Are you kidding me? Just 1 HP remaining on that Skarmory. That was super close. So what a loss that was. Costpen absolutely gave everything over there. So good run now up against us. This is another dragon type that I'm not a big fan of, and as always we're gonna charge up a lot and throw here that Leaf Blade, while even if they take it we can still get our hands on the close combat for the one shot. So down they go eventually, absolutely wonderful for us, and now Lanturn at the very end alongside the Shadow Feraligatr. To be fair, I thought that Feraligatr is gonna have a much more impactful way towards Great League, but since Gallade was around with that Psycho Cat now, I guess that Gallade has already stolen that spotlight. Anyways, Hydro Cannon now will be blocked by our Punching Bag, and over here we can still go ahead and push a lot that Glassy Croc Pokemon. So the Alligator is still gonna throw their Hydro Cannon to finish us off, but to be fair, Lanturn can easily farm down before they do anything weird. Now with that slight energy advantage, we can have the upper hand on the mirror, and of course Thunderbolt is our main way to go. We're expecting our opponent to do exactly the same thing, so here comes the Thunderbolt, but right after we can still reach, I believe, to another one right before they reach to their own. So Thunderbolt here will guarantee the victory and the knockout up against that Lanturn, an amazing one for us. Into the final one with Costpen leading once again with that Shadow Gallade, and they got that Dugong for themselves. You know what, this is obviously kind of a very good lead, and they managed to catch here that double Leaf Blade on that Annihilate, but to be fair, we're looking pretty strong nevertheless. Those counters can always be resisted, while those Night Slashes need to be blocked no matter what. So we're just gonna be able to grab that second Night Slash on our Punching Bag, and the leak damage will finish off the job that Gallade couldn't do. Dugong returns now into the battle, and of course we can easily survive pretty much whatever they throw, so we can answer back at them even with that power whip. But our opponent knows much better, able to catch the move on that charge attack, but still we can throw one body slam before we go down, and that makes them drop some energy in the process. Of course here we can have the upper hand with Lanturn because that Dugong is gonna struggle a lot against our Thunderbolts, but still the battle is definitely not over yet. Close combat, even when resisted, it is still gonna do so much damage on the charge attack, so X-Scissor now will just be their definite move that they can use. So at this point we're just gonna keep going at it with those Thunderbolts on that Dugong. They want to block, but to be fair now, even a Drill Run can easily be taken. Our opponent will get there, but still one more can easily be taken by our Lanturn, and in the process we're just gonna be able to destroy them down with that final Thunderbolt. That is gonna be all for today's content, trainers. Thank you for watching and for sticking around till the end. Huge shout out to my member CostPent over here, and before you go, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you all into the next one.